Here you are. I'm just joking. A couple of days ago, I saw a video on YouTube one of my colleagues. He's called iOS Productions. He's also making Lumafusion tutorials on YouTube, and he made a short video called iBlink Transition, where he shows the transition itself, but no how-to tutorial. So people asked if he could do a tutorial about it. This was about 2 months ago, and he haven't made one yet. So I decided to do a tutorial how to make it. It was pretty easy, and so if you're interested in it, just watch the video. Have fun. Okay, the first thing we have to add is of course the clip with the eye blink. This is the video I've chosen, and then resize it to about 3 seconds so we can make the transitions. We have to make sure that the blink itself is on the video and about 1 second after the blink as well. So in this case it's too short and we have to re-lengthen it to about, as I say, it's 2 seconds before the blink and 1 second after the blink. What we have to do now is to cut it right at the blink and add a title layer to it. Resize the title layer to the length of the clip, so in this case 1.2 seconds. Then edit the title layer, delete the title and add a shape, in this case a oval shape, and make it green so we can key it afterwards. Then resize it to the size of the inner part of the eye. You don't have to be very accurate. Now we can resize it this way, it's easier. And place it right in the middle of the eye and add a keyframe, that's very important. And what you have to do now is just following the movement of the eye with the green dot. I have speeding this a little bit up for you. And what we can do as well to make it a bit more natural is to add some motion blur or some blur as well. In this case we use Gauss 5 and make it to 13, so this looks very natural. Then we can just make sure the motion tracking is good enough, so just do it again, go over it and make sure that everything is right. This case looks very good. What we have to do now is to cut the green frame, because we have a blink in the eye and we want to make it as good as possible, so we cut it right to the eyebrow. In this case just use keyframes as well. Pretty simple. It's not a lot of frames. I think it's 3 frames, so just cut it as good as possible, and after this it will look better than before. This is it. What you have to do now is to just save this clip. You can be much more precise than I've showed you in the tutorial. Just make sure your clip is as good as possible. Save it in your files. Then delete all the other files and add your saved clip to your timeline. Then add the clip you want to make the transition into. In this case I've chosen a drone clip. So drone flying to a waterfall. And to make the transition, just cut the clip of the eye right at the blink and drag it above the drone flight. Then go to Effects, go to Keying and select Green Screen Keying. Go to a point on your timeline where you can see the eye as good as possible, and then just play around and with the settings and make sure it looks as good as possible. That's different in every clip, so you can't just copy my settings, do it by your own, but it's easy. And as you can see now, we have a kind of transition, but we can make it better. And to do this, we can make a zoom in transition as well. So what you have to do is just go to the end of your clip. So we have about 12 frames left. And then add a keyframe at the end and resize the clip so we have a zoom. Just play around, make sure the eye is right in the middle of the frame. You can make it a bit bigger so it looks better afterwards. Put it right in the middle again. And to make it a bit more realistic, we can add some motion blur, add a keyframe for it, put it to 0 at the beginning of the zoom and to about 15 at the end of the zoom. And what we have now is a very cool transition, and it's all edited with Lumafusion, which is really great. Just save your clip and that's it. So this was the tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it and you're able to reproduce it. I think it's pretty simple. All you have to know is how to use the green screen key in Lumafusion and how to add some keyframes. That are the most important things. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Give thumbs up, subscribe and activate the bell to don't miss any video in future. And see you next time, guys. Bye.